Jet. What's up, guys? Alright, what we got? What we saying in the chat, huh? We've got... Christ, procrastination must be real for a live stream to be focused on editing a video that you've been talking about for months. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Literally don't know what that means. Yo, Mr. White, Death Stranding 2 comment... I like being called Mr. White. Commentary video 7 hours long. I do wonder, if I ever do the Death Stranding 2 video, it will be probably longer. Because there are more cutscenes and Death Stranding 2 is a longer game. And I want to do Death Stranding 2 video like the first one, you know what I mean? Arkham Giat? Sure, man. Nice keyboard. Again, don't know what that means either. Happy birthday, David. Didn't know it was his birthday. Big ups on being 29, bro. Diving in a gas scene with Joker must be in it. It will be. Right. So, I hope to take you through the whole thing, really. The whole Arkham Knight experience, you know what I'm saying? Just going to remove the menu from my little, software here. Yes, we got the Deus Ex music in the background. Good editing music, you know that? Good fucking editing music. Hello, Sparrow. Hello, Cold Zero. Good to see you all. It's from Deus Ex? It is. Okay. So, this is the current project. Usually I start a new project when I finish a part. But because this time we ended in the middle of a cutscene, if you remember if it was this cutscene. I suppose not all of you have actually seen this, since you need to be a patron. Part 3 just picks up right here, like the next frame. And so I thought it would be a little awkward to start a new project, so we're just continuing on. As you can see, this is where we ended the last part. I don't remember the exact date we uploaded part 2. Probably would have been August 5th or something. Well, since then, here we are. 3.5 hours in. Now, this part that we're editing here is a very complicated part because it has to be edited more like a normal video essay, which means lots and lots of clips, lots and lots of cutting, as you can see. Usually with this video, since it's a commentary, I'm trying very much to record the whole thing, the whole clip for the script in one go. So I want clips to be as long as possible with as few cuts as possible to create that sense of continuity and immediacy. And you can see with these long clips, I try to cut as little as possible and keep that entertaining because of course the clips are designed to match the script. That's how it was written. See, we're dealing with Azrael here. But here, now that we're talking about Gotham and the open world sandbox, there's no real way of doing that because, of course, things are very unpredictable. Sometimes you fuck things up, sometimes events don't trigger. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to go into the game and we're going to record with Shadowplay instead of OBS basically anything useful that happens. Okay? Alright, let's look at chat. Hello, Amalex. When is the Fortnite stream? There is no Fortnite stream, sorry guys. Rockstar levels of teasing? I feel like the Rockstar approach to marketing is to just not market it until like it's just about to come out at all. This isn't meant to be teasing or build up. I just want to make the Arkham Knight video. I sense some level of frustration that, you know, it's been a while. Well, it has, but it's a long video, and you'll understand how long it's taken when you see how long this video is. This is, like, I'm not even sure we're halfway through, and this is one part of what may be 6 or 7. Played the Duskbloods? No, I have not. Yeah, this isn't the kind of thing that can get leaked, because it's not the kind of thing that I'm doing in, like, layers. I'm just doing the whole thing sequentially. So, like, the day the video is done is the day it's ready to release. Alright, everyone's writing 6-7, that's great. Last video 8 months ago. Well, I did think about doing a quick James Bond thing for Whitelight, starting the second channel. But then I thought, nah, fuck you guys. You know? Right, so let's begin, basically. Let's start editing the video.
Box for getting into the Batmobile. You press the button, it arrives in moments and in style. You're animated smoothly inside, and that's the default version that everyone knows. But there...
Okay, so we need a clip for the basic Batmobile entry, and what I have in mind for this is going to be... Basically, it's going to be to try and really get across to the audience that this is the default way. We're going to go back to where the even the odds moment happened, and we're basically just going to recreate that moment. And we need it to be about this long, so we can't have it be over 5 seconds, really. So it can't be too long. We're going to try and make that happen now. Mic a bit low compared to other audio. Really? The mic's low? I'm shocked by that. This is low? This is peaking, nearly. How's that? Still a bit low? Okay, I'll put some filters on it. There's another 2 decibels. Still waiting for the Racevic collab? I've spoken to Racevic plenty of times. And yes, I did know that people are getting subpoenaed. How many hours of footage do you have of just recording the game? Well, I'm using... It's not low? Okay. Shout out the stream goal? Well, I hope the stream goal would be pretty self-explanatory, but here it is, okay? You give me money, and I'll let the video play. From, you know, from what exists of part 3. Not low, music high? The music was so quiet, but okay, I can take care of that. Now you guys are going to have to let me know how this is. We're going to move to the game scene. Okay, now you should be seeing Arkham Knight. So let me know how my voice is over this. Let's get into position. Should be around here. The game is louder. Alright, we'll cut desktop audio by a couple decibels. So I'm pretty sure this is where even the odds moment happens. So all we're going to do... Really high? Okay. No problem. Cut it by about 10 decibels there. Alright. Oh, that's pretty jank. Okay, we can't use that. We cannot use that, chat. Not quite, huh? Ooh. If you're not aggressively driving the Batmobile, are you even driving the Batmobile, huh? Okay. Let's try that again, but not fuck it up this time. Alright. That looked pretty good. Okay, we managed to kill the police officer. Nice job. Just another day in the life of being Batman. We're going to record that clip. Fuck you. Back into Premiere. That means moving me to Premiere too. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, we have to import it. Real Shrimple. Thank you very much, dude. 50 AEDs. That's my goat right there. Fucking love AEDs. Thanks for the message, man. Thanks for the support. Alright. Let's go to OBS. Videos and video. All my shit's changed because I've changed my boot drive so many times. Okay, you can see that in the project now. And I think... no, that's the fucked one. Okay, there we go. It didn't add to the goal? Why didn't it add to the goal? I don't know. What the fuck am I supposed to do about that? That's the entire purpose of the fucking Streamlabs. It didn't pop up? What is going on here, chat? Huh? Fucking hell. Okay. Not getting any refreshes. It didn't pop up either? Are all my alerts broken? Why? Why the fuck would it not do that? Okay. I have no idea what could possibly be causing this problem. Because on Streamlabs it is fine, it is working, but I'm not getting it in the actual thing. Alright, let me try this. Alright, well I managed to manually fix it, but I can't do that every time. I have no idea why the pop-ups wouldn't be working either. Could be some issues with stream elements, with YouTube problems. Right. Well, there's fuck all I can do about that. For now, thank you very much for the donation, dude, and we will... How do you contribute to the goal? You just donate in any form you can, dude. You don't have to be on YouTube. David will do the counting from now on. I can't do that manually every time.
Here's how the game...
Okay, so let's lower the in-game audio a little bit and get on with this. The next clip.
right through them anyway. Now here's how the game makes it up to you. So there is also a sandbox for getting into the Batmobile. You press the button, it arrives in moments and in style.
Okay, we want a little bit more of an intro on that.
Makes it up to you. So there is also a sandbox for getting into the Batmobile. You press the button, it arrives in moments and in style. You're animated smoothly inside, and that's the default version that everyone knows. But there are other ways of doing it. Hold the Batmobile button and you won't be animated inside, which means you can enter to your liking. Express urgency.
Alright, so let's get one of these cool hold the Batmobile button moments. And in we go. There you go, you guys can see that. I have to turn off the music actually, because if I don't, since we're using Shadow Play, it will show up in the game. Hello, Jarvis. Yes, it does take time, Aman. No diving gas scene? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Oh, that guy Aqua uploads Arkham Knight content all the time. The last scene was on Miyagani Island. Let's get something actually dark. We had a light scene last time, so let's get something dark. Maybe the outskirts of Bleak Island here might be quite nice. Chinatown's quite moody. We've just had something here. But what about, like...
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Whoa! Look at those fucking tier 1 subs. Holy shit, thank you very much, bot.io oi. How about that? We hit that fucking clip. Good God. What software do I use? I use It's not lo-fi, dude. I use Premiere. How often do you get distracted when getting B-roll in a game? Plenty, but sometimes the distraction's useful because you can hit clips while you're distracted. What can I say? Just awesome videos, man. Love your work. Keep doing it. Thank you so much, bot. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. You've given loads of people in the chat a sub. Goats over here. Alright, back to Premiere. Did we hit the goal on that, David? You'll have to do the maths, man. How to stop using iMovie? Why don't I ask David to get footage? Because the amount of time it would take to write down every single little thing that I need is so labor intensive that I might as well have just gotten them myself. If I have the game open, you know, and if David isn't intimately familiar with the game itself, then I have to be really precise. And again, why not just get it myself at that point? Assigning tasks is its own labor, and it's not always worthwhile. How do you feel hearing your own voice? I'm completely desensitized to it, because I've been doing this for so long. All right, what are you saying, David? Okay, it's $19 towards the next goal. Cool. We're going to give you your reward. Was that 14 you said, David? 19, okay.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the follow, dude. Looks like that works, at least. Okay. 15 minutes of content. Now, not all of this has been perfectly audio edited, so I might have to do it on the fly for you. But here we go. You guys ready? I'm going to try and make this panel nice and big for you, but I'm still going to need access to the audio slides here.
He's dead.
Sir, Scarecrow is broadcasting across Gotham. You need to see this.
How does it feel to see your city on the brink of ruin? Your friends in the clutches of death? You stretched yourself too far this time, Batman. And now your failure is all but complete. As that final dying breath escapes her body, she will know you are the one who failed her.
Yep, we're getting Barbara. Going by City's example, that's much earlier than expected. Momentum's pulsing. Let's go. You know how games like having a quick exit from a completed dungeon? A shortcut that loops back round to the beginning or something like that? Rocksteady just ripped the dungeon's face off. Yeah?
I've just seen that in the footage. Do you guys just see that? That I just got a fear token, a fear takedown token? Look at that. Over here. What the fuck? How'd I get that? What for?
Rip the dungeon's face off. Yeah, that works too. You gotta wonder how much time Scarecrow's had in the recording booth for all these announcements. He couldn't be doing this live while he's hanging off the cloudburst. Believe me, I know the struggles of extensive video production, and all the retakes every time you fumbled a word. And man, you need to be drinking water when you're recording a long script. That can't be easy with half a face. And every time a car passes by, the take's ruined. Every time someone flushes the toilet. That shit'll have you promising revenge against a city alone. Whatever. Time to rescue our bestest friend, Barbara. Can't wait to tell Tim and Jim about this. Movie night's back on, engagement party next month. It's gonna be hype.
What? We hurry all the way here and Crane's killed her already?
It's certainly not spoiler-free, Awesome Adam.
He's got no sense of occasion.
We both know fear is theatrics, Batman. So permit me the indulgence of putting on this show.
Ooh. Maybe I got bag-faced wrong. Oh!
So it's always a bit difficult with these parts because I have to put in the music myself. And it's pretty hard to know whether I should maybe emphasize it a bit or quieten it down. And it's never precisely timed to the cutscene either, so like, when do I come in with it, you know?
Here comes the toxin. I can practically taste it.
What's happening?
Barbara! Yes, you see it now. The horror behind the glass. The monster that will be your end. Unless you pick up that gun and deny him. Don't listen!
Please, no!
Barbara, it's me! Your friend.
You won't get me. I won't let you get me.
You will bring death
Let's hope that doesn't upset the YouTube bots.
to all who follow you.
Sir, what's happened?
She's gone, Alfred.
What do you mean?
Barbara. Scarecrow was punishing me. He killed her.
No. Oh, my... Well, sir, we need to focus. The people of Gotham need you.
I should have protected her, Alfred. She's dead because of me.
Sir, please listen. Stagg's files have revealed what the cloudburst does. It's a dispersal device. Sir, don't you see? Scarecrow has the means to engulf the entire city in fear toxin. You stopped him from making it operational, but it's only a matter of time.
It always amazes me how Alfred just holds it together in these games, you know? It's like any fucking horror happens. And even Batman's breaking down. Alfred's just, you know what, Bruce? Pull it together, you prick. Get the fuck on with the job.
Sir, did you hear me?
He heard you. He is wondering how he can live with himself.
Master Bruce, don't let Miss Gordon's death... Don't let it be for nothing.
Oh, you can't bring her back. Let Uncle Jay take charge.
I did do some slow panning of the camera for cinematic effect.
No more bad memories, no more pain, no more fear. Scout on her.
Ivy.
Oh, no.
Sir?
Alfred, run a satellite scan of the city. Let me know the instant you locate the cloudburst.
Of course, sir. Where are you going?
GCPD. Ivy was immune to Scarecrow's toxin.
You think she will help?
She doesn't have a choice.
Guess we're cancelling movie night then. She's dead. That is not expected. The first-person perspective again coming in there to really get across Batman's feeling of powerlessness. The Joker censors the scene, but in a way that almost accentuates its cruelty, making fun of it as it happens. I think the grief is strong. It's brought out so beautifully.
I wonder if I should emphasize the ambience here. You can hear it, but it's a little quiet. Oh shit. Can I like maybe hit one of these? Maybe another 5 decibels.
In there to really get across Batman's feeling of powerlessness. The Joker censors the scene, but in a way that almost accentuates its cruelty, making fun of it as it happens. I think the grief is strong. It's brought out so beautifully by one of Nick Arundel's best. And despite its brevity, it hits because of who Batman is. An embodiment of willpower. And this one is among the most stoic there's ever been. It takes a lot for him to be outwardly emotional. And we've had 3 games of proof, so to see him spill out his grief, it does carry a weight, a realness. The Joker pulls at him, like he did in the airship. And just like then, you understand the temptation, and that brings power to Batman's resistance. Real heroism, real strength, that's Batman. And I recognize how important it is for Batman to lose, sometimes. How can he be the one who climbs from the abyss when he's never pushed to the bottom? Batman is most fulfilled when he finds strength in the face of pain. It's who he is. It's what we came to see him do. It mattered that something like this happened. It was the right thing for the story. And every note this scene wanted to hit came through resounding. I'd tell you if I could, but I can't find a flaw with it. Not even with the foreshadowing for the fact that it never happened. Joker slid the gun across the table towards Barbara's hand. Now, how could someone who isn't there have done a thing like that? Oh, and by the way,
This gas is lovely. Why don't you come in and join me? Maybe we could pick her brains off the wall and find out why she did it.
yeah, this is a pretty good game.
Batman, what happened to that the safe house was not some cruel game. It was necessary. Tonight is about more than Gotham. It's about what you became in that room. The hero who failed. That is what I want the world to see.
So Scarecrow is very much interested in destroying Batman as a mythic figure. He wants Batman to kill, to show fear, to fail. Not because this will upset Batman, although...
Do you switch to controller points in order to get the slow pans? Yes, what I do is I have a keyboard for gameplay, because it's more accurate and faster. And then I have a controller on my knee, and then in any animation where I have like a second to make the switch smoothly, I'll pick up the controller, and, you know, then I'll be able to walk with more accuracy, I'll be able to control the camera with more accuracy. So, yeah, especially for slow walking segments, or a lot of looking around, then sometimes I'm just going to grab that controller off my knee, you know?
Although I'm sure that would be an upside, but instead to demythologize him, to make him just a man in the minds of the people, to therefore take away what they hold on to, the belief in a savior, in the survival of good. Then there'll just be fear. I've got no questions about the part of that which involves harming Batman and Gotham, but the part about the myth, I think, has a hard time adding to the stakes, raising the dramatic intensity of the game as much as it would like, because although it makes sense in theory, the Arkham games have never really tried...
Thank you so much again, bot. Fucking legend for that. Jesus Christ. Everyone, if you're in Twitch, you're getting fucking tier 1 subs today. My goats. Thank you very much, man. You're gonna have to do the maths on that one, David.
to make Batman's mythic significance feel tangible.
Yeah, nothing changes in the goal because it's fucking broken. But, okay.
Real. It's like dark matter. I can't see it or feel it even though I know it must be there. But if Knight wants to threaten the myth, then we should probably be convinced of its existence in more than theoretical terms. When have we ever seen this Batman inspire someone? When we walk...
I do use keyboard for the Batmobile sections as well, Taylor. Yeah, I do. I'm way better at driving in this game with a keyboard. Obviously, in like Forza, I'll be on a controller, but I can't imagine driving as accurately with a controller in Arkham Knight. I don't even know why. I've just gotten so used to the drift, man.
Walk into the GCPD, do we ever get the impression that Batman means something more to the police than his strength, his strangeness, who is anything less than comfortable in his presence, who finds strength in him, hope, some kind of moral duty, who fears his judgment? It's a small...
David, drop the Discord links in the chat.
Small detail, but perhaps a revealing one, that he's called Batman, and never the Batman. And what about the people of Gotham, the outside world? Well, I wouldn't know about that because Knight makes the frustrating decision to keep us completely disconnected, which means we can't see the most meaningful cost of what the villains have done. But that's besides the point. It means we can't see if the expelled Gothamites are praying to the being who's always made things right in the end. If the bat symbol is helping people to organize protest or collective action, perhaps pressure the government into providing federal aid. The bat signal lights up the clouds most nights, but what does it mean to people? Does it mark anything more than Batman's physical presence? Is it a symbol of hope for those who need it? Fear for those who deserve it? I have to believe it is, but convince me. We also never see Batman need his mythic component. The Dark Knight Rises was able to dramatize the Batman myth so effectively because the narrative constructed a situation where Batman needed to inspire a resistance. He needed to be the legend he claimed to be. If he hadn't done that, he couldn't have beaten Bane. Batman will never need to be more than...
Is everything okay there? Is
claim
everything
to
formatted
be.
right?
If he hadn't done that, he couldn't have beaten Bane. Batman will never need to be more than his physical self in Arkham Knight, so we never see this mythic aspect that's meant to be at war fight back. We never see it participate in the war for its own survival. I don't want to fight for a concept I understand. I want to fight for a thing that I care about. The revenge part of Scarecrow's plan I can get behind, but he's struggling to sell me on his higher ambitions. Right, sit rep. Alfred's running a search for the Cloudburst. Scarecrow's planning to use the Cloudburst to disperse the toxin in Gotham. Batman thinks Ivy could create a counter-toxin, so we're taking her up to the Botanical Gardens to buy her a couple of flowers. Cool setup, nice momentum for now, sad times for Officer Bolden, but not sure I feel as strongly about stopping the Cloudburst as I did about rescuing Barbara. Now, Scarecrow's killed Barbara, so we've got some pretty strong personal motivation for revenge. That's great, that's something we've not had much of in Arkham before. But our goal here isn't really aimed at him so much as stopping his machine, a machine whose range, as far as we know, is limited to Gotham City, which the people of Gotham aren't in. It's a bit of a step down in terms of stakes, but before we can spend any more time worrying about not being worried about things, the bell's been rung, and it's fight 1 against our first Cobra drone. So it's Batmobile stealth we're preparing for. Interesting. It seems a strange idea to have. The safe assumption would have been that the Batmobile was going to be the 5th pillar of gameplay, adding to the traditional 4, combat, stealth, traversal, and gadgets. But in reality, it behaves more like a parallel, with its own combat, stealth, traversal, and gadgets. If Batman can do it, the car can do it too. But why? Why hold yourself to that standard? It wasn't an expectation of the Batmobile to solve puzzles. It doesn't better fulfill the fantasy that it can. So it seems to me more like the simple result of Rocksteady's passion for new ideas. I mean, Batmobile stealth? How on earth was that gonna work? Maybe they liked the challenge of finding a decent answer. All the first Cobra can establish on its own is the basic mechanical concept of avoiding its cone of vision while also being close enough to the weak point for long enough to lock on. A recipe for tension, it would seem, but we can't really know for sure until there's a couple more to fight. Before then, we're sent to the clock tower to receive a new upgrade for the Batmobile, and that's a
Oh, this is where I stopped bothering with the audio editing, as you can see. I'm just gonna fix that real quick. RQ. Don't know what the rest of the audio is looking like here.
remarkable thing. Not the upgrade itself, we can fire a couple more missiles now, whoop-de-doo, but the fact that we can go to the clock tower to receive an upgrade for the Batmobile. Because that means the lower part of the clock tower is Batman's secret base, the upper part of the clock tower is also Batman's secret base, adding to the movie studios, which is Batman's secret base, and the GCPD, which isn't a secret, but it is Batman's base. That's quite a real estate portfolio. That means every single big building on Bleak Island, besides the Falcone shipping yard, is allied with Batman. And come to think of it, isn't the biggest building on Miagani Island Wayne Tower? And isn't the biggest building on Founders Island a second Wayne Tower? And not by like a bit. By a lot. It's one of the things I don't like about Knight's Gotham, that the sheer amount of it that registers as being safe claws away at the feelings we'd be better off with in abundance. It's important to feel small in a situation like this. It's important to feel small in Gotham. What else could better make the challenge of Batman's heroism convincing than scale? Near enough a century of artists have yet to find an answer. It doesn't help either with the belief that Gotham suffers with corruption or some serious economic strife, when it is visibly apparent that Gotham is economically dominated by a corporation under the control of its hero, that we therefore must assume is what
Just check out for a moment how fucking dope this is.
working in the best interests of the people. So either Bruce isn't really trying, or Gotham isn't really
Single best Batmobile entry of all time, perhaps? Thoughts?
struggling that much. Neither of those messages, I think, are intended. You know, I'm surprised Ivy hasn't said anything about being in the back of the car this whole time. This shit's gonna affect our Uber rating.
Alright, bot. And thank you very much for the donations, man.
And it's not going to get any better. So here it is. Multiple drones, as promised. Getting around to the vulnerable side of the Cobra is a lot more complicated when the route that would take you there might cross into the vision cone of another Cobra. So now you need to start thinking ahead, making smart choices about where to go next. And it's balanced very nicely. It's balanced so it takes skill to find and respond to the best opportunities, and there's enough complication to the routes and their combinations, and so that skill can develop with time. There are situations where you're in a position to take out one Cobra, but another one is just about to turn the corner. Do you have enough time? Do you want to take the risk? There's a bit of tension to that. There's also the risk-reward of how close to the Cobra you're willing to drive. The closer you get, the faster the lock-on, but if you make contact, it'll demand to know who pinched its ass. And when you destroy a drone, its friends will notice. They'll rush your position, which recomplicates the situation. It's solid, which is unsurprising, because it's basically Predator with tanks. Mobile enemies, changing patterns, all about recognizing opportunities for takedowns that require a time commitment. But what it lacks is obvious. The spirit of Predator. Chasing, escaping, hiding. It's all there, technically, but I don't feel like a beast. I kinda just feel like all this is a bit of a farce. Hunter-seeker drones equipped with the least competent seeking tech available to mankind. A scanner that slowly sweeps across a limited range, the same way a blind man searches for the curb with his cane. That seems a little misguided. Stupid. For about the same reason it's stupid that a machine whose entire job it is to find things is also deaf. Can't hear a 5-ton tank with an afterburner and an engine that revs like Satan's personal chainsaw. I can't suspend my disbelief for that, man. Same way I can't bench press my house. It's too much. What doesn't help is the unintimidating appearance of the Cobra, or the unintimidating sound design of the Cobra. You gotta give me something here. There's mechanical tension, but there's no experiential fear, which probably should have been a priority because there's nowhere else to get our emotion from. Humans can fear us, make us feel something as a predator, but a drone can't feel anything. So it's a lot like the problem with Batmobile combat. It's mechanically solid, but it's solid all the way through. Just metal. Easy to like, but there's nothing there to love. And on that bombshell, it's finally time to hit the botanical gardens. Ivy, I'm sorry. We'll get you some vegan ice cream or something. Come to think of it, she probably thinks plant-based food is murder. Guess we'll just hit a Ben & Jerry's then. And why is every garden in Arkham a botanical garden? There's never just a normal garden. Maybe it takes botany for a plant to survive in Gotham. Maybe that's why all these leaves are the darkest greens, the color we associate with resilience in flora. It's evergreen trees that survive into the winter. It's prickled holly and nettles. It's a color that comes out under the overcast sky. And of course, it's poison ivy. The vine, not the woman. In short, I like the plant design, but I always liked Batman in places like this. There's a beauty to the contrast of him and nature. For somewhere that sits right in the heart of Gotham, granted so much space, the gardens are remarkably understated, a pale imitation of the relative paradise in Arkham Asylum. Would anyone be amazed by this? Would it earn its real estate value? Maybe that's another thing the pollution of Gotham can explain, the value of a simple plant. But there's as much reason to believe the botanical gardens are simply not finished. Not under construction, I mean underdeveloped. Doesn't this look a bit like a Predator arena to you? But more like a first draft. The only thing the space is used for in the game we got is a single, not at all hidden Riddler trophy. It's been theorized there might have been a Poison Ivy boss fight at some point, and this was the place. But the evidence for that is thinner than a bumblebee's dick. I imagine something more like an attack on the plants, an effort from the militia to weaken Ivy's production, and it'd be your task to minimize the damage to the hostages. Saving her children might have given Ivy's conflict with the militia a stronger emotional charge. Ivy herself has changed a great deal from game to game.
Right. I think that's about where we'll call that one. Hope you guys liked it. Unfortunately, we absolutely can do the rest, but there's no music, so there's no music yet. But the video's all there. The voice is all there. We'll have some fun. Back to the editing, lads. Thanks for the support. Aren't all... yeah, I know. Are there plans for Cyberpunk? That's a good question, bot. It's my favorite game of all time, and I have things written about it, but I have no idea how to turn them into a video. Unfortunately, you liked it.
Liking. Express urgency or badassery with a run or a...
Okay, so we need that sick clip that we hit earlier. Here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Will there be plans for the Stalker trilogy?
Express...
No. I haven't really played them.
urgency or badassery with a run or a walk. It also means you can use it as a co-op companion. Batmobile-assisted takedowns are earned at about the same rate as team-up takedowns and work the same way.
I think we might have some clips over here for this. Let's see. Nice. Alright, I know that I can use that for something. Has a taste? Do you mean like taste in general, Twilight? Or do you mean like a taste for a particular kind of thing? What would that particular kind of thing be?
Little learned positioning, you can have the back whip round into an enemy. Of course, to the Batmobile's arrival, so simply calling it up and having it there is a powerful act. The Batmobile slides when it arrives, because of course it does. And with a little learned positioning, you can have the back whip round into an enemy, set him up and knock him down. So that's pretty cool, but we are still not finished with the getting into the Batmobile sandbox. Press the button while...
Okay. Are you hopeful at all for Far Cry 7? I mean, like most of Ubisoft's currently incubated projects, there's been a great deal of talk about how they've all gone through some kind of development hell. I'm not looking forward to seeing what comes of that, man. Never seen a good Cyberpunk analysis on YouTube like ever. Well, I remember thinking Never Knows Best video on it was pretty good, but it's true, there's not been many analyses, to be fair. And I can't say I've seen something remarkable either, and I have watched a fair few. I wonder... Forgive me for having a look, but I kind of want to see. Put on a different Deus Ex track. Switching the Deus Ex tracks. My entire fucking playlist is just Deus Ex tracks. Forgive the sex noises, that's just my, my harem. Cyberpunk 2077 critique. I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but I just get so many French videos. The infinitely wasted potential. Oh dear. A thorough critique. Well, if you guys have seen anything good on Cyberpunk, then mention it in the chat. Oh, we got Salt Factory's video. Oh yeah, I've seen Thame Bishop's I didn't like Noah Caldwell's video on Cyberpunk at all, and it's not just because I like Cyberpunk and he doesn't. I didn't like his video on that at all. Like, I'm generally a massive Noah fan, but I just thought that was not one of his better ones. Tim Hickson. Oh. This is Hello Future Me. Interesting. Right. No, I've never played Signalis, dude. Okay.
Batmobile-assisted takedowns are at about the same rate as team-up take...
We should be able to find something for this. That was pretty sick. Taking the car down with the exit slide. This was a little brutal. I think we might have got him, Batman. Are you looking forward to Wolverine? Yeah, very much so. Fucking hell. You gotta know how to aura farm sometimes, guys. It's an important skill. Here we go. Oh, I didn't hit one of them? How about this? That will do. Noah is too critical on RE. I've only watched some of that video, but from what I've seen, I thought he was really positive on it. And he kind of made me want to play the original RE games.
Batmobile-assisted takedowns are at about the same rate as team-up takedowns and work the same way, which might be the least plausible non-lethal takedown in all of gaming. Enemies visibly react to the Batmobile's arrival, so simply calling it up and having it there is a powerful act. The Batmobile slides when it arrives, because of course it does.
Okay, so we need to intimidate some thugs with a slide on this one. We can do that. Well, we got Rachel Hardy's cover of Ezio Family here. Oh shit, we've got fucking Olivia Rodrigo. I'm gonna get killed by the YouTube bots if I let that play. Wait. Put some elusive man on her. Okay, into the game. Sphere Hunter, interesting. Do you think any of the Spider-Man games beat any of the Arkham trilogy? No. Well, you know my opinions on Arkham Origins. I think it's a good game, sometimes a very good game, sometimes a mid game. I don't always think it's a particularly remarkable game. I could be convinced to take Spider-Man 1 over that. Then again, I do have a lot of respect for Spider-Man 2 solely because of the web swinging. If you don't just mean Insomniac, then I would probably take Web of Shadows over Arkham Origins. I don't think I would take Web of Shadows over any of the Rocksteady Arkham games. Are you actually thinking and listing the types of clips you've recorded to find them in the editing process, or are they kind of just in your... I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, It's Jemba. Do you mean... I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. Alright, let's do this. We need to get into a fight. Then we're going to summon the Batmobile, let it slide, and watch the intimidation. This should be fine. That was okay. I kind of wanted it to be more of a fight. I am recording live, Zamu, yes. Spider-Man PS4 is absolutely better than Origins. Yeah, I could be tempted towards that view. The trouble is, I kind of think the combat in Spider-Man is really, really good. And the stealth is kind of just terrible. And, you know, I really struggle to go back to the traversal of Spider-Man 1. Get out of the Batmobile, big dog, come on. Someone just shoot my shit? Who just shot a rocket? Does anyone want to fight? Can we have a fight, guys? I would like to fight now. That was pretty good. Let's get one more. Let's try and not scare off the enemies before we even start the fight this time, I think. Oh dear, we've been spotted. This should be okay. Come on, fight me. Fight me, you pussies. No? Okay. Oh, I fucked that up completely. I think the second one is okay. We'll see how that goes. Oh, fuck him. Have you already 100%ed the game, or are there still outposts and stuff? Dude, at this point in the commentary, in the story, we have just taken down the long-range missile launcher. So we're sort of halfway through. Because now it's, what is it? It's Panessa, City of Fear, the Arkham Knight's base, Battle for the GCP, and then the ending. But that's just main quest. We're also doing a lot of the side quests. Right. In we fucking go. We got a good clip. Happy with that. How's that? That's a bit too short, to be honest.
Awful act. The Batmobile slides when it arrives, because of course it does. And with a little learned positioning, you can have the back whip round into an enemy, set him up, and knock him down. So that's pretty cool, but we are still not finished with the getting into the Batmobile sandbox. Press the button while running, and the Batmobile won't slow down. It'll come from behind and catch you, which for practical purposes can be a lovely trick. Sometimes you want to get a move on and you don't have time for the Batmobile to aura farm. Other times, though, this is its own means of swagriculture. Yes, I did come up with that. They see...
Alright, so we need one clip where I'm doing it for practical purposes. Now, I think we actually already captured that on the way over to Miyagani that time. No, it was in the first. Was it here? Yeah. Here. That kind of works. There we go. Okay. This'll work. Swagriculture is a new word I didn't know I needed to hear. No, I'm not commenting on each individual Riddler trophy, Eretz, but it could be that way. Oh, man. Oh, you just redeemed a hydration break? I literally just took one. I guess I need another drink now. And yes, it is the elusive man. Can you guys even hear the music in the background? There you go, there's a little bit more volume. Anyway, I did want to mention that I've been rewatching the X-Men trilogy, and I have the extremely controversial take that I like 3 more than 1. Sorry, guys.
Batmobile sandbox. Press the button while running, and the Batmobile won't slow down. It'll come from behind and catch you, which for practical purposes can be a lovely trick. Sometimes you want to get a move on and you don't have time for the Batmobile to aura farm. Other times, though, this is its own means of swagriculture.
Okay, let's kind of let a chase pass by. A chase will pass by, and then that will be the kind of thing that I want to catch up with, and then we'll use that method of getting in the Batmobile to demonstrate that. That's how that will work. Okay. Right, you guys need to fuck off now, okay? He'll be fine. That's an insane take, but at least we can agree that X2 is the best by far. I like X2 quite a lot. It's a good movie. Alright, here we go, here we go. Shit, no. Sort of missed it. Fuck's sake, man. That's the wrong way. Unbelievable. But this actually is a thing I need a clip for anyway, so we got that. Oh yes, Simon. You redeemed a thing, didn't you? Ah, I'm very sorry, dude. Alright, I will read out your thing now. Okay. Oh, why are you doing this? Huh? Why are you doing this? Just give me a... For fuck's sake. That's stupid, Adam. Alright, here we go. Assassin's Creed Shadows is nothing short of a masterpiece. Ubisoft finally delivers what fans have dreamed of for years. A fully realized feudal Japan, rendered with breathtaking detail down to the rustle of bamboo groves and the glint of sunset on a katana blade. The dual protagonist system following Naoe's shinobi stealth and Yasuke's samurai power creates a rhythm no other game has matched. Every rooftop, every temple, every skirmish feels purposeful. There you go. You happy now? You happy now? How do you plan out the clips? Do you do it during the writing process? No, I don't do it during the writing process. If something I feel like is going to be impossible to get, then I probably won't write it. But the video part is its own section, its own thing to worry about. There's not a word limit, but if it's ridiculously overlong, I'm just not going to read it. Here we go. Fuck, that's the wrong way! Wait! It's Kind of my fault though, because I knew the Batmobile was there, but still, another good clip for a problem. I don't know what I would do, Twilight. Alright, let's do it on Bleak Island instead. You've been trying to make a video essay for a while, so this is peak. You drive a Akabe? Dun 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 dun. Come from the right direction, come from the right direction. My go. Oof. Can you imagine doing this shit on a controller? Wouldn't be me. Woo. Sucks to suck, I guess. Ooh. Alright, we bow out at that point. We bow out because I want the opportunity to keep getting those. Whew. That was fun. Alright, we got some great clips there. Okay. You can still hear the game. There we go. Alright, that was about 3 clips I think we just hit. Yeah. Alright, here's the first one. Come on. Fucking hell. Oh, that was pretty funny. No. Put my finger on the wrong button there. Okay. Let's get that ready here.
Yes, I did come up with that. They see you coming, they think they can take you, then in an instant you're 7 tons of steel. You see the headlights first, lighting the road ahead. It gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build-up. There's one problem. Sometimes it doesn't come from behind, it comes from... There's one problem. Sometimes it doesn't come from behind, it comes from the side or from the front. So you'll set off in the wrong direction.
Okay, next clip. I like the little shake head thing.
Cocking up your choreography. It can be cool in its own way, but I would have much preferred consistency. So I guess at this point it would not be a surprise to tell you that there is also a sandbox for getting out of the Batmobile. You can press the leave button at speed, which has Batman fly out of the hatch and use his wings as an air brake. Very cool. You can eject strike.
Okay. Got any plans for a video on any of the Soulsborne games? I would quite like to cover Elden Ring in some way, someday. Yeah.
Move on and you don't have time for the Batmobile to aura farm. Other times, though, this is its own means of swagger.
Alright. Okay, that's actually so good that it should probably replace this clip.
Press the button while running, and the Batmobile won't slow down. It'll come from behind and catch you, which for practical purposes can be a lovely trick. Sometimes you want to get a move on and you don't have time for the Batmobile to aura farm. Other times, though, this is its own means of swagger culture. Yes, I did come up with that. They see it coming. And they think they can take you, then in an instant you're 7 tons of steel. Agriculture. Yes, I did come up with that. They see you coming, they think they can take you, then in an instant you're 7 tons of steel. You see the headlights first, lighting the road ahead. It gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build-up.
I've waited years for this video, a nice glass of liberty. Well, you'll only have to wait a couple more years to see it, man. Okay? Okay, so we need to sort of intimidate someone and then use the running thing. This might be a hard clip to hit,
Instant you're 7 tons of steel. You see that?
Swagriculture and swagonomics. That's what I've got, Akabe. Oh my god, you can just stream your edit prep phase? Turns out I can, Thrillhouse Van Houten. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if people fucking like it. Okay, into the game. In we go. I've never done this kind of stream before, Thrillhouse. This is very much experimental for me. I want to kind of make them notice we're here. Oi! Oi! That was okay. Not the best clip in the world. Alright. I agree, Leo. Although, it does have its disadvantages. These militia might work better against militia because they're a little more confident. Is anyone going to try and fight me? Oh my god. The fucking lag. Okay, we can't use that. Unless we want 1 frame. Again, Thrillhouse, I've never done this before. Ah, shit. We're too early. Still pretty cool, though. Alright, there are some enemies there. We could try this. Too late. I told you this was going to be a hard clip to hit. Whitelight needs to listen to German girly pop? Well, not German. I wouldn't say I listen to German girly pop. I like my trashy US girly pop, you know? Fuck, no, I just sort of crashed into somebody's house. Not quite. Not quite, chat. No, the Batmobile's too close now. Stop running away, you fucking pussies. I'm trying to hit a clip. Shit, now you're too close. Alright, let's go over this way. Alright, they can still see me. Hurry the fuck up! Okay, that was okay-ish. Russian girly pop is the best girly pop? Yeah, but you're only thinking of one tattoo song. I don't use mods, no, Engine Gaming. Hello, Cly. I agree with that, Eretz, very much so. Whitelight, yeah. Oh. I don't know, my girly pop tastes could... They could be diverse, you know? They could be. Alright, let's try this. We just need to hit the clip once. You need to hit the clip every time. I only need to hit the clip once. Shit. Wrong way. There's a specific song from Tatu, yeah. Just type in the, all the things she said, all the things she said. You'll get it. Ooh. Okay, that was okay. Didn't quite capture the emotion I wanted, but we're very close on that one. How many lights did you try before settling on white? 2. Limelight's not a bad one, actually. Alright, this could work. Damn, a motherfucker can drive. Ooh. Holy shit, the aura should be fucking illegal. Have you guys fucking see that? Holy fucking shit, man. I need to be fucking banned. They need to ban me from fucking playing Arkham Knight. God damn. Fucking Zack Snyder could never. Alright, back to Premiere, chat. Back to Premiere. I keep getting ads and lagging the stream. I'm sorry, Zamu. Don't know why the fuck that's happening. Thank you, Twilight. Well, that's going in the video, I just don't know where. That's facts as hell, Cly. That's the world's most faxtest thing you've ever said. Thank you for the subscription, dude. Oh my god, where do you even start that clip? It's too fucking good.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Holy shit, man. Banning Whitelight from Arkham Knight petition, please sign. Thank you so much, dude. Did that actually work, David? Did that count towards the goal? Is my shit working now all of a sudden? Nice. It is a bit stuttery locomotion, yeah. Unfortunately, it might be because I'm recording with Shadowplay instead of OBS. Like, where do I put that? I can't cut that, it's too good.
The point, it worked. There's a truly remarkable seamlessness to transitions between Batman and the Batmobile. It's like you bounce from one to the other, like a beat in a rhythm. It's like, if there was such a thing as a movement combo, you get the impression that this would raise it, not break it. I'm seriously impressed. And what all that amounts to is this. There's lots of cool things to engage with, and there's lots of cool ways to engage with them. The scene becomes your own again and again and again. It's hard to get tired of Knight's Batman sandbox. That isn't to say I wouldn't have liked more. Some slightly fast...
That works. We can leave it there. Fuck, that's a good clip. Yeah, I saw that, David. I called it out. Whew. Will there be a video for Horizon 6? There will be. You didn't realize there's a goal, Jamba? Yeah, can you see the donation goal? On the pink bar at the bottom? Didn't it count, David? Like, it added correctly? Oh, right, the gifted sub. Okay, I'll put it to 37.2. Okay, so we're currently... Yeah, we need 37.2. I wish there was a way of doing this quicker, but alas, that's what I have to do. Okay. Yeah, there will be a Horizon 6 video. When? Don't know, but obviously after I finished Arkham Knight. This needs to be put in the Mona Lisa. Let's go with the other clips. Check what we've got. Okay, that was a fail. That sort of worked. Yeah, that sort of works. Let's try that.
Come up with that. They see you coming, they think they can take you, then in an instant you're 7 tons of steel. You see the headlights first, lighting the road ahead.
Fortunately, we're going to need another clip. It's too short. Holy fuck, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jamba. For being the best streamer to watch while eating tenders at 5 AM with a pint. Thank you very much, dude. Is that Australian dollars I see? Do we have a Forza Horizon 3 human being? A Death Stranding 2 human being in the chat? Thank you very much, dude. Tenders at 5 AM? Do you work nights? Or do you just not go to sleep? That's crazy. Would this be better the other way? Oh, we didn't get the lighting on this clip, sadly. Let's check this.
Lighting the road ahead, it gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build-up.
We're going to have to try and hit another one for that, because I want to get that lighting build-up. Into the game we go. Turn off the music. I need to have a button for that. It's 10 PM in the part of Australia I'm in. Who do we have here, chat? Who do we have here? It's not relevant. I need the lighting, and I think that road there might be a nice one for it. Oh lord, my ears? Is there something wrong, Locomotion? That didn't work quite as well as I wanted it to.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Oh! Thank you very much, Hammy Hawk. Fuck it, I don't think Aussie money's worth much, but take it, Whitelight. It's worth plenty, dude. Thank you. It's... I don't know what an Australian dollar is next to a Canadian dollar, which is stronger. My earbuds, my bad. Oh, okay. I'm just checking, because I don't want the audio here to be horrific. What was that? That was weird. You guys see that shit? I have to say, I'm not getting the lighting response I usually get. What's my brightness at? Yeah, middle of the road. We can try here. That was pretty cool, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. That was fucking sick. Alright, we want a darker road. Where can we find a darker road? Maybe... we'll try there. Alright, Australian and Canadian are basically... holy fuck. Woo! Alright, let's try that. That was okay. Let's try in that tunnel. Alright, lads. Whoa! No fucking thank you, you little shit. Get the hell out of here. Come on, come on. Fucking hurry up. Hurry up. Oh dear. I think they might be dead, chat. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we can't have that on the stream. Oh. My word. I tell you what, chat. I've totally forgotten to do the frame rate locking properly. That might be why we're getting low frames in the game. So we're at 90 here when we want a 60 cap. A nice smooth 60. We want cap frame X on. Yeah, I think those guys did not survive. I'm just going to record that in case I forgot. Okay, is that open? That's open. Good. That's these clips here, I think. Yep. The fuck out of here. That could be a pretty good clip for the counter, actually. That's decent for the counter. Let me see.
Express urgent. A couple problems. Chase is decent. Correct amount of force. Chasing, so you to, which is not a just enough time. Counter to literally counter being run over. He hops off the hood, blasts the engine with explosive gel, and it crashes out just the same. Which is
Put it there. See how that works?
Engine with explosive gel, and it crashes out.
No, that's bad. Let's try this.
And it crashes out just the same. Which is important because obviously it's very cool, but also because of what happens next. The concussed passengers spill out of the wreck. They'll come to their senses and run for their lives.
Like that?
Next, the concussed passengers spill out of the wreck. They'll come to their senses and run for their lives, but you've got just enough time.
Right, that's very nice. Cool. Glad we hit that clip. Include that in the final video? I might just, dude. Have you ever used DaVinci Resolve, and if so, how does it stack up to Premiere Pro? No, the donation goal is in US dollars, Jamba. I have used DaVinci Resolve. It's good. I don't see much reason to switch. Premiere does everything I need it to pretty well. It doesn't crash most of the time now. I used to have real bad problems with it, but not anymore. I don't really think we need to be paying as much as we are for it, because we're not using team projects as much, but I haven't given that much thought. DaVinci Resolve is good. If you want me to talk you out of getting Premiere so you don't have to pay, and just get DaVinci Resolve instead, you'll face zero disadvantages. Right. Look at how fucking delayed that audio is. Yeah, something off with the audio there. Oh well.
Advantage as well as cocking up your choreography. It can be incredible build-up. There's one problem. Sometimes it doesn't come.
Fuck.
It's first, lighting the road ahead. Take you, then in an instant you're 7 tons of steel. You see that? The headlights first, lighting the road ahead. It gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build. There's one problem. Sometimes it...
Okay, that's good. That's exactly what we needed. I live on the 7 seas. Adobe has no hold over me. Okay. Fair enough, man. Ugh. How do you make your audio sound so crisp? Well, people aren't lying when they tell you that it's about recording a good signal to begin with. I invested a bit of money into an audio booth, which is basically just sort of a series of poles and moving blankets, acoustic blankets, that are very easy to set up. That's why it costed more than if I just built it myself. And that has helped a great deal. The acoustics sound pretty fucking good in there. I only use one of the blankets of the 2 they give you, because it sounds way too boxy. You do need a little bit of space. I have a good mic. It's the Shure KSM 32, which is a mic that I would recommend to everyone. It's very expensive though, $600. It's a great fucking mic. You can find a mic that's better for your voice, but the Shure KSM is very natural, very accurate. It's not what you're hearing right now. This is the Shure SM57, not the 7B. I would never stoop to the level of using a Shure SM7B. Then it's about the processing. Of course, there's an element of mic discipline, so it depends on how close your mouth is to the mic, and whether your mic is pointed more at your chest, your neck, or your nose, your mouth or your nose, which can change how nasally or how sub-bassy you sound. I have a very sub-bassy voice naturally. That doesn't mean it's deep, but it does mean there's a lot of sub-bass in it. Do you goon on that $600 mic? What does that even mean? Then it's the processing, and what I use is basically an effects stack, which took me years to get right, but to be honest, a lot of the time the technology just wasn't there. But now we have pretty good declickers, which can take care of a lot of mouth clicking for you, like Isotope Velvet, which is pretty expensive. I get Velvet because it's cheap. Sorry, why did I say it's pretty expensive? I get Velvet because it's cheap. I use very little equalization these days. I try to get as natural a sound as possible. I don't even use a high-pass filter. I just cut the sub-bass by a couple decibels, that's it. I make a cut around 500 Hz, which brings out some clarity. Small cut, though. Then I do some de-essing. I use the Air Windows de-bass plugin, and I do 2 rounds of it. Then I use... What else? Do I even use anything else other than that? No, I don't. That's it. That's all the stack is now. And that's how you get this voiceover.
There's one problem. Sometimes it...
So. No, I would never do voice acting because I fucking suck. And... audiobook readings, I don't really... my voice is a little fucked up. You know, whether you like it or not. It is a little fucked up from years of acid, really. It's not smooth enough of audiobooks, and I don't really think it has the endurance for it either. So, what's wrong with the SM7B? It sounds like shit is the problem. It's way too deep, it's way too bassy, it sounds way too boxy, and people don't realize it until they switch to a proper condenser mic and go, holy shit, there is more than one tiny, small, smothered way my voice can sound. And it's way too expensive for that sound. You can get the Shure SM57, get the same sound, but without the boxiness, which is what I'm on right now, for a third of the price. So, if you're podcasting, I get it, because what you want for long periods of audio, especially between guys, is a super smooth sound, and the SM7B will give you that. It's velvety, it's chocolatey, it's nice. But if you want to actually do anything with your voice other than just talk with the bros, I do not recommend it, because it sounds like you are talking in a cupboard. Bruh, I just got my Shure SM7B. Yeah. What mic am I using? Shure KSM32 for the voiceover, and right now for streaming it's the Shure SM57. Okay, that's a funny clip. I wonder if we can find some way to use that later on.
Why? Why do we act that way in Arkham? Because it's what we came for, isn't it? Wish fulfillment? The fantasy of a life lived without rules? That's what games can offer better than any of the world. And yet, where's the duality? Where's the shining knight? For a story that haunts us with the fate of becoming the Joker, would it not be ideal to demonstrate what makes Batman different from the Joker, just as much as what makes him the same? I have no problem with being allowed to beat on people according to your whim.
Fuck it, it's funny. That'll go there. I have the 7B, gain is so annoying. I hear bad things about that, yeah. Why the lag, mate? Game's cooked. It's just I wasn't using the right settings, and to be honest, streaming is putting a lot of tax on the system. Ooh. And it's probably worse on stream than it is in reality too. Oh, you have the Samsung Go mic. Yeah, that's a great thing. I got that for a family member, the Samsung Go mic. It's the cheapest and smallest condenser mic you can get. I got it for 60 quid. You got it for 12. Used. Pretty good, man. That's a pretty good deal you got that for. Oh, on CEX? What setup are you using in terms of PC spec? I'm using the 4070 Ti and a 5800X. Okay. Don't know why I recorded that. And that's mostly useless.
A surprise to tell you that there is also a sandbox for getting out of the Batmobile. You can press the leave button at... A surprise to tell you that there is also a sandbox for getting out of the Batmobile. You can press the leave button at speed, which has Batman fly out of the hatch and use his wings as an air brake. Very cool. You can eject strike, which sends you into a chosen enemy like a missile. Or you could super eject.
I think we have that somewhere. I'm just not sure where I got it. It'd actually be quicker to record a new clip than to look for it.
Which sends you into the air like, also a missile. It feels as good to leave the Batmobile as it does to enter it. So you're gonna want to switch. You're gonna want to do it often. And that's gonna keep your general Batmaning dynamic. If that was the point, it worked. There's a truly remarkable seamlessness to transitions between Batman and the Batmobile. It's like you bounce from one to the other like a beat in a rhythm. It's like, if there was such a thing as a movement combo, you get the impression that this would raise...
Okay. So what we need is a super eject, an eject strike. Into the game, turn the music off. Let's do it. You can see that on stream. It shows you a graph of your frame time. I keep it locked now at that 65 FPS. Nice smooth frame time. Now let's get that eject strike. Jesus! I need lots of geezers. Fuck that guy. You got lucky with that one, brother. Alright, now we need the super eject. Get a cool super eject. That was not a cool super eject, that was a terrible super eject. What about off a jump? That would be pretty cool. Alright. Get out of the way, guys. I'm trying to aura farm, okay? Fuck! I caught my leg on something. No. Thank you very much, Woolly Gamer.
I appreciate it.
Big ups, Whitelight bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Alright, let's try and get this somewhere we're not gonna fail. Oh, imagine if we got through the middle. That would be so sick. I want to try that again. Oof. Nah, that sucks. Had a good build up though. Hurry up! Nice. Oh, here we go. This could work. Now that's pretty nice. That will do. Okay. I'm your number 2 fan. Thank you, Jamba. I'm your number 9 fan. Thank you, Zamu. Okay. Back to permit. What is this? Is this even the correct one? This is not the clip, chat. Still, there were cool things that happened here. This house actually has quite good lighting, too. That might be better for that earlier scene. Oh my god, chat. Oh my god. We might have the best clip ever made.
The headlights first, lighting the road ahead. It gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build-up. There's one problem. Sometimes...
Oh no, the second clip we do need.
It doesn't come from behind, it comes from build-up. There's one problem.
Oh. We need a little bit of that.
Lights first, lighting the road ahead. It gets brighter and brighter, and with the rising sound of the engine, it makes for this incredible build-up. There's one problem.
Nice. Okay. People keep having kidney stones from drinking Coca-Cola? Just hard cuts RPG for the most part. It's epic that I edit my own videos? I don't know of any video essayist. Oh no. Yeah, I actually know a couple of video essayists who use an editor,
Thanks,
yeah.
Dick. I appreciate it.
I don't know, I understand using the editing. Makes a lot of sense to me. You know, it takes time and pressure off, but I think when you're talking about super specific shit all the time, it does help to do it yourself. Thoughts on why people are finally turning on the blandness of Sony exclusives? Have seen so many hit tweets shitting on Wolverine. I guess because they expect more for longer dev times, longer waits. And people always expect more than last time. And if last time was just this, then I do kind of get it. But I still think Wolverine is going to be good. And, you know, this always gets that kind of response. But ultimately, the game will be good. Thank you very much for the $4.99, dude. I'm going to go for a quick break. Hopefully no more than 90 seconds. Maybe we'll break the 72 world record. I think there needs to be a goal for, like, just doing things I already wanted to do, you know? Like peeing. Hey, you give me enough money and I'll do a pee. Okay. Very snazzy music. Fucking true it is. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Yeah, I did take my time with that one. Bye-bye, Jarvis. Okay. That's the eject strike.
Strike, which sends you into a chosen enemy like a missile. Or you could super eject, which sends you into the air like also a missile.
This was pretty cool, I remember. That's okay, I don't think we can use that for anything. Peek.
Or you could super eject, which sends you into the air like also a missile. It feels as good to leave the Batmobile as it does to enter it, so you're gonna wanna switch. You're gonna wanna do it often. To leave the Batmobile as it does to enter it, so you're gonna wanna switch. You're gonna wanna do it often, and that's gonna keep your general Batmaning dynamic. If that was the point, it worked. There's a truly remarkable seamlessness to transitions between Batman. So you're gonna wanna switch. You're gonna want a missile. It feels as good to leave the Batmobile as it does to enter it.
Okay, so we need basically just another one of getting in. Damn, you guys are doing some maths in the chat. My word. Let's change the Change the theme for a moment. We love some Deus Ex. Into the game we go. Kinda want to hit that again, actually.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Why am I crouching? Huh. For some reason my control key will not stop. Good stuff. Well, we got the clip. Thank you very much. Jambo, what did you do? $5 and we've hit the fucking goal. Whoa. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Why when you press reset goal does it put you back to where you used to be? Fuck's sake, man. Alright, well, nice job. Thank you very much, Jamba. Okay. I hope you're all, you've got your snacks ready, because we're about to start. Where did we leave off? Around 222, I think? Yeah. About here. Okay.
Her persona. She has changed a great...
Here we go. Here comes 15 minutes of peak.
Saving her children might have given Ivy's conflict with the militia a stronger emotional charge. Ivy herself has changed a great deal from game to game, not so exaggeratedly feminine. Now we have someone with wit, smarts, someone much more in control of her feelings. In Night's Ivy, you can see Dr. Pamela Isley beneath her persona. She feels a lot more like a real person with a plausible history. The thing is though, that's not like character development. It's a different...
This is linear editing, Samu. I'm going piece by piece.
interpretation of the character, only connected to her prior self by canon. It's very hard to imagine Night's Ivy behaving like City's Ivy, or speaking like Asylum's at any point in her past. She has followed the same path as the art that surrounds her, from expressionism to realism. And perhaps that's not a surprise. The world includes the people who live inside it. The world includes Scarecrow. In a more expressionistic environment, characters are more often defined completely by what they represent. Asylum's Scarecrow was a cackling goosebumps monster, an avatar of fear in whom it was impossible to see Jonathan Crane. Night's Scarecrow is a master of prose with delusions of grandeur. There's a man behind the mask this time. It's certainly helpful in the simpler sense. Over the length of Arkham, we've spoken to Ivy a great deal, and Scarecrow now takes on a central role with a hell of a lot more to say. But dialogue with someone who is completely defined by, like, a category can become pretty predictable. Plants, 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 plants. Humans are smelly meat sacks. Plants, 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 plants. Check out my chest-mounted meat sacks. Now Ivy has more dimension than just the thing she embodies, and so it's simply more interesting to talk to her. Scarecrow's speeches are pretty repetitive, but there's so much more revealed in them now than a straightforward embodiment of fear, so that's nice. What's not is the same thing as before. It's difficult to believe in the continuity of the games, that the events of Arkham Asylum actually played out in this Batman's recent past. This hurts Scarecrow the most. He's motivated at night by what happened to him in Asylum, but it reduces my ability to empathize with him that when I look at Night's Scarecrow, I see a different person. Now, if you were thinking that Ivy's big-ass plant there looked less like a big ass and more like a big beaver, yeah, it would be very strange if that were just a coincidence. It works. It's the imagery of birth.
Looking forward to it, Zamu.
Ivy is bringing life into the world and standing against the repression of man-made civilization. The concrete, the order, the materialism. We get a big encouragement to do some side quests here. Two-Face is back in town, Penguin's still British, and Joker asks us who we want to kill first. I'm leaning towards Harvey Dent. Excuse me, I want to drive. But why don't we knock out Firefly on the way? One of the things that complicates Arkham's franchise identity is the existence of Arkham Origins, which in recent years might have become an even more controversial title than Night. Some say that if you evoke the name of Arkham Origins without saying the word underrated before the minute ends, Roger Craig Smith himself will find you in the night and blow your shit smooth off with a 12-gauge shotgun. It's been called underrated so many times that calling it underrated has become a meme. Kinda like the trend of saying Arkham Origins has the best boss fights, but
I just realized I need to put that meme up on the screen. Can I
I
play?
think both
can I let
come
this
from
play?
the same place. A
I get
compulsion
that.
to defend it against the
Yes.
original narrative that it suffered, that Arkham Origins was a mediocre game. But it wasn't a mediocre game, so I understand the impulse to defend it. I just wonder if maybe we could be serious for a moment. It did not have the best boss fights. This is going to be the hottest take in the video, isn't it? Fitting, because it's also a truth nuke. Yes, Deathstroke was extremely cool, and Bane's alright when he's not glitching out, but Copperhead's mid, Croc's mid, Shiva barely even qualifies, being DLC I only mention Freeze out of generosity, but he's far worse than he is in City, and Firefly sucks donkey balls, man. He's subtractive from the experience, not additive. I think City's the more consistent experience. No one's writing home about Solomon Grundy, but City doesn't have a Firefly, and City's not broken, and I don't think it's nothing to say that City's ideas were all its own. Origin's roster from Croc to Bane are all based on fights that came before, which at the very least makes them feel familiar. If you like them best, I'd understand. If you think them best, that's where I'd disagree. I'm warm to parts of Origins and cold to others. It's my least favorite Arkham, by far, actually, but I still like it a lot. I like its atmosphere, I like its soundtrack, I like its gameplay because I like cities. It's a complicated game and I think I'd like to maybe save my full feelings on it for a video down the road, but it seems relevant now.
Okay. You better believe I just found that meme online and I'm going to put it in. All I got to do is Arkham Origins. It's not here. It's not there, chat. Where'd I put it? I love that there's like numerous places screenshots saved to. Okay. There we go.
It ends. Roger Craig Smith himself will find you in the night and blow your shit smooth off with a 12-gauge shotgun. It's been called underrated so many times that calling it underrated has become a meme. Kinda like it has become a meme. Kinda like the trend of saying Arkham Origins.
There we go.
I like its soundtrack, I like its gameplay because I like cities. It's a complicated game and I think I'd like to maybe save my full feelings on it for a video down the road. But it seems relevant now that we're chasing a returning member of the cast to talk about the fact that it wasn't particularly interested in being an origin to Arkham. Origins introduced Batman.
Whoa. Why did we stop playing?
Wasn't particularly interested in being an origin to Arkham. Origins introduced Batman to the Joker, but not the part of their relationship that mattered most to later games. We had a Batman filled with rage, but the story did not bring us to a place where it seemed natural for Origins Batman to progress into the stoic, reserved character he would be in Arkham Asylum. Now, the discontinuity of the voice acting, I understand. The world that looked a million miles away from the stylization of Arkham Asylum, that can be forgiven too. They had to work with the resources they had. But it was also the case that Batman's tech was a step up from Arkham City, despite being set so far in the past. That one's a little tougher. Gameplay first, right? And it's easier to sell a Batman who's cooler than the last one. But I have to believe it's entirely possible to achieve both those ends without rejecting the basic premise of being an origin. So bring the focus inward, not outward. Reduce the gadgets, make the tech more rudimentary so Batman is more reliant on himself, on will, brute strength, and ingenuity. Origins, you know? Show us where it all comes from. Express Batman's core through gameplay as much as narrative. Have Batman punch through weak walls instead of blowing them up. Have him take a tick of damage to indicate why he stopped doing that in the future. Isn't Origins coolest when it's doing things like that to begin with? Oh, what could have been. When you play Arkham Asylum, you know that what happened in Origins is the canonical past. But that doesn't feel true. In Night, it's quite a hard thing to believe this guy used to be that guy. And I think it does have a certain immersive impact when your attention is drawn to it the most. The Firefly quest, which is supposedly motivated by revenge for leaving him on that bridge. It's here I made a aware of the fault lines in this universe, so it's here I'm least immersed. By this point, it might have become clear to you that whenever you encounter a sheet of fire that seems difficult to avoid, it isn't even worth trying to. Just tank the damage, drive straight through it. He'll run out of fuel before you run out of health. It's still not trash because it's still not boring, but it's just another step further away from Arkham's standard. And that leads me to Arkham's legacy. Arkham Knight put the Arkhamverse to rest. It was the end of Bruce Wayne, and the last game its creators wanted to make. So
No, never, Robin.
for an incredibly long period of time, the franchise remained at rest, and nobody really thought that would ever change. Then, 2024 happened, and the Arkhamverse moved again. We had Suicide Squad and the latest Arkham game, Shadow, and we got to learn a little more about perceptions of canon. It wasn't crazy of me to think that bringing Batman back after the events of Arkham Knight would change my perception of Arkham Knight. Perhaps for the worse, hopefully for the better, but what happened instead was that nothing changed at all, because Suicide Squad is so bad that no one accepts that it actually happened. Consider its complete disregard for consistent characterization, its complete underminement of Arkham Knight, an invalidation so thorough that Knight might as well not have happened at all combined with the fact that the game is generally terrible makes it not difficult to believe in, but unacceptable. So no one does. No one cares. Canon can lick our collective taint. It turns out, when something frustrates a connected universe badly enough, it happens quite easily and universally that it is completely ignored. Pacific Rim Uprising or Rings of Power, same thing. No one cares. The power of a rights holder to affect canon is not absolute. Perhaps then it is a blessing in disguise that Suicide Squad is less than mediocre. If it were any better, a little easier to believe and to accept, then perhaps it would cast a dark shadow on Arkham Knight, instead of an invisible one. The brighter shadow is that of Arkham Shadow. It is a strange thing, and kind of a delightful one, to be able to say that we now live in a world with a fifth, real, Arkham game. I like Arkham Shadow. It's interesting. It's good. If you can play it, you should. But that's not so likely. Arkham Shadow is a VR game, exclusive to the MetaQuest 3. And by the way, the headset wasn't cheap. You ought to know, you bought it. People often talk about that exclusivity like it's a tragedy, and in a big way, it is. But VR wasn't decided upon for the sake of it. Camouflage were a VR studio, and Shadow was the game they
Thank you, Jamba.
wanted to make. It would never have happened in any other form. But because so few will play it, there's another separation of real canon from accepted canon. If a tree falls in a forest and like 7 people were there to see it, does anyone care that you say that's what happened? Arkham's Two-Face has never been much to talk about. He's a gangbanger with a quirk who is amounted to little more than a purveyor of thugs to smack. And that's really all he is in Knight.
Right, chat, I need to ask, are you okay with spoilers for Arkham Shadow? It's not a huge deal. These aren't like, oh no, it's ruined the game for me spoilers. But it does spoil a little bit of Arkham Shadow. So I need to check in the chat that you're okay with that before I play this, or I'm just going to skip. I'm going to wait a moment for people to write their responses. Spoil that shit. Go for it. Spoil bigly. Aye, aye, Captain. Okay. Looks like we got a yes.
Too. But for those lucky enough to have played Arkham Shadow, our connection to him is recontextualized. This is going to take some spoilers, but the basic premise of Arkham Shadow is that when Bruce's parents were killed, he was taken to the same orphanage as Harvey Dent. The two grew up together, like brothers, became warriors for justice, each in their own way. But where Batman controlled his shadow, his rage, his unconscious darkness, Dent is consumed by it. So that makes the creation of Two-Face a personal tragedy for Batman, a failure, and setting my many criticisms of the story aside, it does work. You believe in Harvey Dent, as a hero, as a brother, as a man who is struggling to keep his demons at bay, and there is pain in watching him fall. So then, depending on whether or not you played Shadow, Knight could be improved. This could be a continuation of a tragedy, a tragic loss for Batman, and for the city who believed in Harvey Dent. It could be, and for me at least, it is. Indeed, the fact that his plan here is to simply rob 3 banks with no higher ambitions, not a single thought or care put into the fact that Batman was obviously going to stop him because this is Tuesday afternoon shit, doesn't seem so much like stupidity now that we have a basis for a character who might not care about being stopped. Maybe this is an empty and nihilistic act, hatred and depression lashing out at the city that burnt him in two. And when he screams over the intercom about how he feels betrayed by Batman personally for what the mob did to him, or appeals to their long-lost hopes to save the city together, However, that now has some strong emotional roots. This used to be one of the weakest narratives among all Arkham Knight side quests. It's Two-Face robbing 3 banks, the man himself mostly hiding behind the intercom. It's so unambitious, so strangely pedestrian for the conclusion to his character in the Arkhamverse. It almost seemed like it was only done out of a sense of obligation, like someone at Rocksteady thought, it's the last Arkham, so we ought to have a Two-Face quest, instead of, hey, I've got a good idea for a Two-Face quest. But now 2024 has come and gone, and maybe Arkham has changed. The story is now more than nothing, and I like this quest better. But the story is only one side of the coin. 3 bank robberies, 3 Predator encounters, and this is Arkham Knight, so same environment and same mechanical premise each time. For this quest though, there's an upside. We've seen the way Predator encounters tend to go by so quickly that we don't get much of a chance to soak in the environment or play with all its toys. But with 3 of the same encounter, we do. The bank's a spectacle, so much stylization, so much detail, so much wealth in it all. A world of silver and a world of gold, coffers of lead to keep riches old. And I do like me some mahogany. I like the security systems too. Blow the dies for some cover, control gates to trap enemies in a certain space. There are electric floors which make for instant knockouts, but they're small, which is deliberate because being small makes them hard to time. And the escalators work on the same principle. They're much bigger, but thugs need a long fall to be knocked out. If it's too short, they'll just get back up. So again, it all comes down to timing. And what's a pretty interesting complication is if there's multiple enemies on the escalator some distance apart, because the window for making sure all of them have a long enough fall can be a lot harder to judge. The bank alarms are loud, which means no one can hear what you do. Silent takedowns can be done near instantly with knockout smash. Reducing the time of exposure reduces the risk of being seen, so a little less risk reward here, and a little less tension. But it's done with purpose. What mechanically distinguishes these encounters is the complete emphasis on the skill of recognizing the best opportunity possible. More opportunities raise the skill ceiling. Less time spent in long takedown animations means more time spent looking for the next opportunity. It's fast, it's aggressive, and if you like being optimal, it's challenging, it's rewarding. The game tries to provide an extrinsic incentive too, perhaps for players who don't have much interest in pushing themselves. Thugs bring bags of cash from the vaults to the trucks. You've got a gauge up top telling you how much you've lost, so the faster you go, the less money you lose. Or at least, that's the illusion Rocksteady want to establish. Thing is, the trucks won't leave until they get all the money, but even the slowest player's gonna stop them well before that happens, so the money is never actually lost or gained. They're just moving it from one part of the bank to a different part of the bank. You're also not rewarded according to your speed, so if you are someone who needs more extrinsic motivation, the time limit's probably gonna stop helping once you've realized it's a trick. More compelling to me than the mechanics of the fight is the drama of it all. Stopping a bank robbery in a bank like this, alarms blaring, it just feels big. The security systems are dramatic in their own way. There's only so much catharsis to find in blowing up lab equipment, but the hacks down here, their scale, their character, makes you feel like a ghost haunting the mansion. It fulfills that theatrical aspect of Batman. I don't think I've ever found much use in trapping enemies with the doors or even the die, but it feels cool, so I like doing it. There is nowhere in Arkham Knight I like hacking more. I think this is one of the strongest side quests in the game. It's at the end of the last encounter that the big man himself finally makes an appearance, in an obviously doomed attempt to kill you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Lake Man?
His new friends don't make much of a difference, and Two-Face goes down just like the rest of them. A silent takedown, a fear takedown, whatever fate you choose. For many players, that was a serious disappointment. It's like there's something that feels wrong about a supervillain being realized in-game, no differently from a normal thug, just a reskinned enemy. Is it that it makes them feel weak? Probably not. Penguin never put up a fight. But the way we kick Penguin's ass always seemed to have an appropriate level of ceremony, a defeat proportionate to his stature, so maybe it's this. Maybe it's that there's an expectation of narrative significance in the act of fighting a narratively significant character. So to see him brought down to the level of Johnny Henchman and discarded with such routine lets that expectation down. Maybe something as simple as a unique takedown animation would have changed things. Two-Face's defeat is almost pathetic, and that never came across to me as a deliberate narrative choice. It came across to me as a symptom of the same thing that made his plan short-sighted, and his characterization limited. Budget, passion, time, all of the above. But if I can choose the canon to reject, I can choose the canon to accept, and I've played Arkham Shadow, and that's my choice.
Just hit a big burp there. Alright, that was the preview. Hope you guys liked it. Ooh. I don't know, I like some shit movies too. I wouldn't say they're underrated, but I personally like them, you know? Like, X-Men 3, X-Men Apocalypse. I can't defend fucking Dark Phoenix, but I find I find some of the shit X-Men movies to be entertaining movies, you know? I get it.
Gonna wanna switch. You're gonna wanna do it often. But yeah, like...
Right, that's gotta go. Gotta fucking go. Alright, reveal in project. Do we have the other one in here? Not fucking really.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Lake Man. General question. Why do you think Rocksteady's art style for superheroes is more appealing than Insomniac? Well, it's not for superheroes. It's just that Rocksteady... I think a big part of it is that Rocksteady are designing a fictional setting, whereas Insomniac are not. They're trying to do realism in a real place that actually exists, and there's only so many liberties they can take with it. They're trying to make everything feel plausible within that setting. And they often completely obliterate certain things, like, we've all seen the Mystique design in Wolverine, and it looks fucking terrible, and so does Jean Grey's costume. They're just awful. But there is also, obviously, a general sourcelessness problem with Insomniac, and everyone knows that. They really, really need to, like, expand the source department. Major expansions to the source department are needed at Insomniac HQ. Okay, so when did this start? Just about before we hit the ramp. Sort of there.
I wanna switch. You're gonna wanna do it often, and that's gonna keep your general Batmaning dynamic.
Yep, just about there.
If that was the point, it worked. There's a truly remarkable seamlessness to transitions between Batman and the Batmobile. It's like you bounce from one to the other like a beat in a rhythm. It's like, if there was such a thing as a movement combo, you get the impression that this would raise it, not break it. I'm seriously impressed. And what all that amounts to is this. There's lots of cool things to engage with, and there's lots of cool ways to engage with them. The scene becomes your own again and again and again. It's hard to get tired of Knight's Batman sandbox. That isn't to say I wouldn't have liked more. Some slightly faster and more rugged enemy vehicles would have been nice. The bigger problem is this. Heroism. It's minimal. It's missing. It's what I would like to see the most. The Joker is attempting to invade our mind, but the irony is, we're already playing as the Joker. And it isn't so strange a thing. In most open-world games, we play as the Joker. What are they if not sandboxes for the fulfillment of our every whim and desire? What's the difference between how we play GTA or Just Cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham? When I'm roaming around in this open world, I make no calculation of priority. I swoop down onto a group of thugs who might be doing nothing more evil than walking down the street, and then I beat the crap out of them, for no other reason than that I wanted to. I'm not a hero in these moments. I show no restraint or consideration. I'm an apex predator. The Joker in me speaks and I just listen. I set him free. And I struggle to imagine what I might do differently if I really were playing as the Joker instead of Batman. But why? Why do we act that way in Arkham? Because it's what we came for, isn't it? Wish fulfillment? The fantasy of a life lived without rules? That's what games can offer better than anything else. That's what the GTAs and Just Causes are for. It's normal past the point of notice. Of course we act like a dickhead in open world games.
Okay, so we need a bunch of shit of us being really, really aggressive. Now we have some clips here that will work for that. Oh, for fuck's sake. David, can you take care of the chat, please? Break out the fucking fire hose and hose them down, please. That was okay. This could work for part of it, let's see.
Faster and more rugged enemy vehicles would have been nice. The bigger problem is this. Heroism. It's minimal. It's missing. It's what I would like to see the most. The Joker is attempting to invade our mind, but the irony is, we're already playing as the Joker. And it isn't so strange a thing. In most open-world games, we play as the Joker. What are they if not sandboxes for the fulfillment of our every whim and desire? What's the difference between how we play GTA or Just Cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham? When I'm roaming around in this open world...
Okay, let's...
The fulfillment of our every whim and desire. What's the difference?
Do that, I think.
Isn't to say I wouldn't have liked more. Some slightly faster and more rugged enemy vehicles would have been nice. The bigger
cut there, maybe?
Vehicles would have been nice. The bigger problem is this. Heroism. It's minimal. It's missing. It's what I would like to see the most. The Joker is attempting to invade our mind, but the irony is, we're already playing as the Joker. And it isn't so strange a thing. In most open world games, we play as the Joker. What are they if not sandboxes for the fulfillment of our every whim and desire? What's the difference between how we play GTA or Just Cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham? When games we play as the Joker. What are they if not sandboxes for the fulfillment?
I wonder what else we could use for open world games being sandboxes for the fulfillment of our every whim and desire. What do we think, guys? GTA is obvious, I'm already going to use that. What else? Just Cause, for sure. Let me see what I've got saved on the old Shadow play. Just Cause is obvious. Just Cause and GTA are very, they're gimmies. What else we got? Minecraft. Prototype. Yeah, Minecraft and Prototype could work. Watch Dogs 2. Saints Row is a good one. Saints Row is a very good one. Watch Dogs, I guess, would work. It's good that I deleted all my Watch Dogs clips then. Far Cry 5, maybe? What do we got? I was playing with that boy Aqua in these clips. Ooh, what a clip.
Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up.
Fucking hell. You guys are about to see some goated shit here. Check this out.
Don't let him come at you.
That's a good clip, but check this shit out. See these civilians here? Collateral damage, got the civilian too. Driver right out of the fucking truck. Oh my god. Shadow of War's a good one.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Shadow of War's an excellent one, actually.
Of our every whim and desire. What's the difference between how we play GTA or Just Cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham? When I'm roaming around in this open world, I make no calculation.
Okay, that works. Let's see what we can do with the GTA clips I've already got in the project. And see if we need another one. Oh, thank you very much, Gonked Choom, for the sub on Twitch, by the way. My goat. Sleeping Dogs is a great one. I don't think I'm gonna need it, thankfully. Our GTA clips should be good enough. Try not to be too brutal in them. Maybe not. Yeah? Just mowing down some civilians, why not? Popped a cap in her ass. Oh, I love Franklin. Edit into a quick scope. I don't think it gets across the open worldness of what I'm trying to do.
Women desire. What's the difference between how we play GTA or Just Cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham?
Okay.
or just cause, and what the Joker would do to Gotham. When I'm roaming around in this open world, I make no calculation of priority. I swoop down onto a group of thugs who might be doing nothing more evil than walking down the street, and then I beat the crap out of them, for no other reason than that I wanted to. I'm not a hero in...
Let's see if we got any other good clips for that. Sort of here. That's pretty brutal. I think that gets across what I'm trying to say. I like that.
Around in this open world, I make no calculation of priority. I swoop down onto a group of thugs who might be doing nothing more evil than walking down the street, and then I beat the crap out of them, for no other reason than that I wanted to. I'm not a hero in these moments. I show no restraint or consideration. I'm an apex predator. The Joker in me speaks and I just listen. I set him free. And I struggle to imagine what I might do differently if I really were playing as the Joker instead of...
That's good. Alright, we're going to need to do some recording now. 5 AM pint and chicken tenders are on me. I appreciate that, Jamba. Oh, man. How old are you, David? I don't get a headache. I don't really get any problems from drinking wine. Or any alcohol, really. I don't know why, but I'm just fucking built for that shit, man. It's the day after that fucks me. It's not so much the hangover as it is the stomach problems, the acid fucking reflux, the sleep problems, the heart rate, the IQ you lose. You're 28? Really? I thought you were 32 at least. Wow. I'm kidding, man. Happy birthday. Whitelight is an alcoholic stream. I don't think I'm an alcoholic stream because an alcoholic stream would not have the massive debuff the next day. I wish I could not suffer so much the next day, you know? Alright, into the game. Right, we need to play as brutally as possible. Fuck you. That wasn't brutal enough. Fuck you. Nor was that. Okay, that's just me crashing into a wall. Oh. Have I ever actually walked through there? Get out of the fucking Batmobile, you twat. Oh my god. Let me out of this fucking thing. Huh. I've never seen this part of the map. Cool. You can just walk across to Founder's Island? Oh, of course, this is on the bridge. It's the pedestrian part of it. Cool. Way too much lag there. Hit him right in the foot. Yeah, your happy birthday maxing, David. Fuck that guy, am I right, chat? Fuck that guy. That was pretty pedestrian, unfortunately. Oh shit, I missed. Ooh! That was okay. It's all non-lethal, man. Don't worry about it.
Thanks, Dick. I appreciate it.
Who just threw a fucking missile at me? Thank you very much, Jamba. 20 Australian dollars. That's definitely gonna be a pint and some chicken tendies. The goat returns. Holy shit, I didn't realize you could drive off that. Oh, we are lagging tonight. Ah, fucking hell. Too much lag. Let's do more gliding. Might get less lag that way. Da, 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 da. Okay, through here maybe. This is nowhere near enough, guys. Ah, it doesn't work. We could try Bleak Island. Might be more dense with enemies. That's glitchy as fuck. Ooh. Still, we love to see it though. It is really cool, man. What is going on over here? Love that you can just hang out up here. Need to make that look cooler. Oh shit, they're beating my ass. What do you think you guys are doing, huh? Fuck you. Okay, that's okay. There's probably one clip in there that's usable.
no calculation of priority. I swoop down onto a group of thugs who might be doing nothing more evil than walking down the street, and then I beat the crap out of them, for no other reason than that I wanted to. I'm not a hero in these moments.
Are you getting sick of playing the game so much for the video? No. No, I don't think I am. I don't think I would have been able to make this video in particular if it weren't for the fact that I do seem to have an inexhaustible supply of passion for Arkham Knight. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting tired of this one. But, you know, it does restrict the kind of videos I can make, because it's how much time I'm willing to spend on one particular part of one particular thing, you know? How much of your life are you willing to dedicate to one fucking topic, you know? Some people don't have the luxury of choice, but I do.
Genre than most franchises that went this way. Arkham Knight makes us so much more
I need
free
to show you
go
this, by
wherever
the way.
we want and to do,
You gotta check this fucking finisher out, okay?
as opposed to Wonder Woman, Wolverine, or Iron Man, but more like Superman, Daredevil, and Spider-Man.
Come the fuck on. Come on! That's the sickest shit ever. If you need a clip farmer, you can pay me. I appreciate that, man, but once we're at the end of this, the clip farming is done. It's just a very complicated section to get this small 5-minute section done. You know, I could do like this in a day, and this has taken 2 days, because how complicated this part is. That's my life right now, but I don't get paid for it, and I make mediocre videos with said Clios. Oh, clips. You just gotta grind at it, man. I get how it is. I understand. Hire me for your YouTube Shorts massage therapist? Do you understand how little money you'll get for YouTube Shorts? Like, if you take a percentage of the shorts that I make, that you make, obviously, since I've hired you to do it, you will make $10 per billion years. That's how much money you'll make, Jamba. So if that's worth the labor for you, then hit me up.
Gotham. When I'm roaming around in this open world, I make no calculation of...
Okay. I think this was okay. I don't know. It was brutal, I'll give you that. I fucked that up royally. There we go.
priority, I swoop down onto a group of thugs who might be doing nothing more evil than walking down the street, and then I beat the crap out of them, for no other reason than that I wanted to. I'm not a hero in these moments, I show no restraint or consideration. I'm an apex predator. The Joker in me speaks and I just listen. I set him free. And I struggle to imagine what I might do differently if I really were playing as the Joker instead of Batman. But why? Why do we act that way in Arkham? Because it's what we came for, isn't it? Wish fulfillment? The fantasy of a life lived without rules? That's what games can offer better than anything else. That's what the GTAs and Just Causes are for. It's normal past the point of notice. Of course we act like a dickhead in open world games. That's the selling point. And in many ways, Batman is an obvious vessel. Our natural...
That works better there. And we will get a clip of normal thugs instead of soldiers here. So... I'm going to answer some of you guys in the chat, and then we're going to call it a wrap on this stream. It's been very fun. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Okay. I'll sort of just play the game for a little bit. Are we going to get the Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced review? Unlikely. Because I have nothing to say. Ultimately, the problem with that, I don't really know what people want me to say with that video. Like, it sucks that Ubisoft will likely learn the wrong lesson from this success and just remake games instead of making good games again. There are some interesting things with the combat. But honestly, man, I haven't got much else to say apart from that. I'm happy that you're here, Taiwu. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to do critique or analysis videos? Practice, man. And learn from the best. Which means knowing who the best is, I suppose. You want to be watching Noah Caldwell. You want to be watching Matthew Matosis. It's the advice I always give. Know what good analysis is first. And then just practice like a motherfucker. Learn about games. Learn about game design. Play lots of games. Learn how they work. Think about how they work. Learn from developers. You know what I mean? It's a lot of effort. But if you want it and you keep at it, then your success is an inevitability. It would be asinine to ask for progress on the Arkham Knight video today. A little bit, I suppose. What's your favorite conclusion that you've written? Fuck, man. Oh, I have a lot of sympathy. I do very much like the AC parkour one. That was a really... I put a huge amount of effort into that one. And the way it ended up neatly lining up with Claudia's speech in Revelations. Come on. Come on. I like that one a lot. But I do quite like my racing game conclusions. I like my Forza Horizon 5 one. And I like my Need for Speed Unbound conclusion a lot. I also like my Watch Dogs Legion conclusion, I will say. Need for Speed The Run. I've played a little bit of Need for Speed The Run, but I've never done the full game. Oh look, it's the Jonkler. What's up, the Jonkler? Was that the more complicated part of the video? Was there more sections coming up? That was it, because it needed to be edited with tight clips. Mostly I can let a clip run for 2 minutes, you know. When is David getting his birthday bonus? He can take out the Whitelight Company Lamborghini for a spin. Are you going to talk about Season of Infamy in the full Arkham Knight video? I am, Salman, yes, every quest. Can we ever hope for a face reveal? I wouldn't count on it. It may happen, but I wouldn't count on it. Will you do any video on Forza 6? Yes. You guys aren't ready for a Whitelight. It would be unfair to every other man, I would say. It wouldn't be fair. Is Return to Arkham Asylum great? No, it isn't. It's fucking terrible. Play the original. Yeah, if someone donates like $60 in the next 2 minutes, then you'll force me to extend the stream by 15 minutes. But, if not, I'll just keep answering questions for a couple minutes. What are your top 3 favorite Elden Ring bosses? That's a good question. I mean, they're all kind of fucking terrible. It's like, that's dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, ass, dog shit. I like, Madame Rhea Lucaria, the one with the feet. I like Melania. It's just because it's fun to bash your head off it. I like Radahn. I like both Radahns. Again, it's fun to bash your head off it, you know, go in with the insane builds and just try to break the game as it tries to break you. I don't understand the people who, like, go into that fight with just a sword. That makes no sense to me. The game is trying to break you, so break it fucking back. You know? Electric shaver or foam shaving? It's someone. It's got to be the electric one. I'm sorry. March 2021 never ended. March 2021 fucking sucked, dude. Will there be a GTA 6 vid in the next 4 years? Most likely, yes. Oh yeah, the walkout was pretty good. Oh fucking hell. Any game that you like, love, that wasn't well received by audiences or critics? Well, I suppose I love Control and Death Stranding, which were controversial games, but nothing comes to mind. I suppose Web of Shadows I liked a hell of a lot more than most people at the time. You gotta remember, Web of Shadows didn't have the best reputation for a while. Nowadays, it's considered like that underrated gem, but back then it was considered a fairly mediocre game. And I understand where those people were coming from. It's just, you know, they couldn't play because they fucking sucked ass. Whereas I'm the GOAT, obviously. In an ideal world, when can we I can't... It's pointless asking, man. You might as well just throw a fucking dice. What's your choice of whiskey? I haven't drunken enough whiskey to be able to choose, man. Are you getting enough sleep? I sleep pretty lightly at the moment. But, I get a good length of sleep. When's the next stream? Next week, dude. Same time next week. Most likely. Thoughts on Sonic Feet infiltrating the Discord? Gotta be banned. There's only so much degeneracy I can allow in the Discord before we start driving off people who have more than 10 brain cells. So, again, David's gonna have to break out the fire hose and wash you all down. You know? Hit them with the degenerate cure. Favorite Arkham game? Knight. But I fucking love City. I guess I can shout out the Discord. The Discord's been great, guys. We got a lot of fun conversations in there. I only shout it out on stream because I like to keep things manageable and exclusive to the bestest of boys. So hop in. It'll be fun. The links are in the chat right now. Do you not enjoy Elden Ring? No, I love Elden Ring. Next stream, I may do this again. It's fun. And we're not going to be in a very complicated part of the script next time, so it might be easier. Are you going to play Control Resonant on launch? Fuck yes, I am. Thank you, Sampo. Beatings is the cure. Well, David can dish those out too, I suppose. I don't think discourse is the worst part of modern gaming. It's easy enough to ignore. Well, thank you very much for coming, guys. Elden Ring stream? If you want to see me struggle against a tree sentinel for 2 hours, sure. Oh boy. The Eep is setting in. I've got to go, guys. Thank you very much for coming. I'll see you next time.